Morning, boys and girls. This is Papa Jack again. I'm glad to see all of you. We're going to do the second in the series of silhouettes. And I'm doing the silhouettes because I want you to get an idea of where I'm placing things in the picture rather than how much detail and everything that there is. We're going to be doing detail in 2 weeks. We got a detail that we're going to be doing, but for now, I'm going to stay with the silhouettes this week and next week, just to give you an idea of how to get depth in your painting, how to place your objects in your painting. And next week we're going to do the rule of threes, and that's an important rule, and we're going to explain that pretty good. But today we're doing the elephants on the Serengeti, and I've done this one before at home, where I actually painted the elephants. But I thought this would really be a good representation of the thing. Now, first I'm going to do this area right down in here. I've already done the background because we're explaining to you we're going to be doing backgrounds in a later date too. Once we start having these things back physically, then I want to start doing the backgrounds first. But for right now, we got the background done, and what we want to do down here is establish a sort of a grassy place. And all I'm doing, I'm using that special little brush I was telling you about. You can buy them at Walmart. They're not expensive, but I do love this round brush technique because what you've got there now, without any work at all, I'm just using black paint. I'm nothing special, nothing peculiar at all. I'm just touching. Does that look like grass? I think it does. And we're done with that part for now. Remember what I said about always put your paintbrushes in the water. If you don't, you're going to be buying paintbrushes every time you paint a painting. So now we've got that. I think what I'm going to do now is just go ahead with the elephants, and I'm going to do the large part of the elephant first. And black is black. And what I usually do to kind of modulate that tone out a little bit and not just be pure black, I add just a little bit of purple or blue to it, and you'll find that you'll get a lot better representation of black by doing that. So all I did was I mixed it together. I'm amazed that this isn't something that you'll have to learn how to do to be easy. This is easy. I mean, this part that we're doing now, the silhouettes, that's just a matter of teaching you how to move paint with the brush. That's all I'm trying to do by doing this. And I mean, when you were a kid, you did coloring book and you stayed inside the lines when you could, and that's all I'm doing. So, for those of you who say you can't paint because it's just too hard and you can't paint, I love it when you tell me you don't like that you can't even draw a straight line, because I'm glad. Do you see any straight lines on this page? No, nature doesn't come in straight lines. So I'm glad you can't draw one, because you'll never have an opportunity to do one unless you're drawing a building or something like that. And we're not going to get into that. But what I'm doing now is I'm getting the parts of the elephant that I can get with it sitting like this. I never leave mine painting on the easel like this for very long at a time. I actually turn it around sometimes and paint upside down. I mean, I'm just doing a silhouette. So as long as I stay in the lines, it doesn't matter whether it's upside down, left, right, it doesn't matter. It's just there. If I get into that grass down there a little bit, that's perfect, because that's what I want to do. I don't want you to be able to tell where the grass ends and his legs start, because it's a silhouette. I'm going to be, I have to do these things in segments. So this time period for this one is almost up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little break here. I've gotten that far. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the tree. And when we come back, we'll do the tree. What I've done now is I'm taking some brown and just a little bit of black so that my tree's still dark and still a silhouette. But it's different from the other. It's hard to see on the phone, on the picture on the phone, but there is a difference in the color here. And what I'm doing, I'm just going all the way out to the side. Now I've also done something different with this using tape that I haven't done before. You haven't seen this before. And so you're going to see something different today. Here we go, we're turning it upside down again. Or even cockamamie, I call this. So that I can get that area right there without getting my hands in the paint down here, because this isn't dry yet. That's why you always try to start at the top, but doing silhouettes, I'm not able to do that today. But I know that the lines on the elephant's not right yet. I'm aware of that, but they will be when we get done here. So I'm down to about 1 minute left in my time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sign off, and I'll be back in just a little bit, boys and girls. We'll be ready to start the second segment. And I thank you for tuning in this morning, and come back in just a few minutes.